This video is a continuation of my exploration of the experimental farm. This is the Agricultural and Food Museum. Here's a poster about women in science. Cheese used to be made on farms in Canada until the mid-19th century. The first cheese factories opened in the 1860s. The Central Experimental Farms Food Research Laboratories in Ottawa started studying ways to improve the industrial cheese manufacturing process in the early 1890s. Chateau, the aristocrat of cheese. Here we can see what kind of things go into making various different kinds of alcohol. Vodka is made of grains, potatoes, malted barley. Tequila is made of agave. Rum is made of sugar cane. No wonder I like rum. And a whiskey is made of rye grains, malted barley. Bourbon back there. Sake is made of rice. Cider from apples, of course. Mead is made from honey. Kind of interesting. This exhibit's all about food and where it comes from. Pumpernickel, made with rye grains. Sourdough, all about bread. Different kinds of bread. It's neat how they have this set up as a kind of looks like an old grocery store. Some of the products are older products too, so it's neat to see some of the old packaging. One of the earliest ways we kept food edible for longer was to bury it. Different underground conditions preserved food in different ways. In Iron Age Britain, people stored grain in sealed underground pits. As microorganisms broke down small amounts of grain, they consumed oxygen and produced carbon dioxide. This new environment killed the microorganisms and preserved the rest of the grain. Korean kimchi. Here's a neat little miniature diorama of people burying their food to preserve it. This is a model to illustrate First Nations people drying their food to preserve it on drying racks that you can see in the background there. I really like all these models. Here's one of preserving food in barrels. And this one shows them preserving food in jars. Hence the name preserves. Looks like they're making jam. Early Canadian pioneers used crocks to cool high-fat butter, keeping it from going rancid. There's a crock there. Some preserves on that shelf there. The right environment. Storage conditions matter. Here's an area that they've made to look like an old root cellar, underground root cellar, or built into the side of a hill. There's some root vegetables. Some more in the corner. Keeping food at the right temperature is important. There's a root cellar, picture of a root cellar there. Some potatoes in the corner. Just outside the Food and Agricultural Museum is a really nice little play area for kids. The Agricultural and Food Museum is just a small portion of what you can see at the Central Experimental Farm in Ottawa. Check out my other videos on the subject to see a little bit more. I never fully explored the entire thing, but I'll leave some of it up to you for if you decide to visit the Central Experimental Farm sometime. Check it out if you're ever in Canada's capital. Central Experimental Farm is a rare example of a farm within a city. This outstanding cultural landscape brings together two strong 19th century interests: agricultural improvement and picturesque design. Established by the federal government in 1886, the farm has supported Canadian agriculture by undertaking critical scientific research and by developing and demonstrating good farming methods. Its 426 hectares are organized into three distinct areas: a central core of science and administration buildings, an arboretum and ornamental gardens, and the experimental fields and plots. been Steve's World of Wonders from the Experimental Farm. Bye for now.